I don't remember when I felt like this last time. I just wait for my job to finish to play this amazing game for 5 to 7 hours straight. That's how crazy good Assassin's Creed Shadows is, and we will be talking a lot about it in next 10 to 15 minutes. Welcome to my spoiler-free review for Assassin's Creed Shadows, and before we start I wanna thank Ubisoft for giving me a review code for this game, but I also want to congratulate them on this amazing success. When I was entering this game, I never had doubts, however, the development team was going through a lot these times. They really held their cool, because we are in for a lot of surprises. I am 55 hours in during this review, and I am still in Act 1. It is not that this game has a really long story, actually you can beat it in 40 hours, but the game offers so much for the player that it is a shame not to stop, take another activity to enjoy and not to rush the story. I found myself in a big loop of just exploring the game and solving things just as I encounter them. That's how immersive the world devs created. To add even more to this immersion, you can actually choose immersion mode and everybody will speak in native language. The first thing I would love to talk about is the setting. Decision to create Assassin's Creed in Japan was the right one. This is probably one of the most beautiful games I have ever played. They created a dynamic system of weather, so I cannot tell you how good and beautiful game looks when you just walk through lush greenery in the summer or in the fall when leaves are falling and the wind is blowing. This video actually doesn't make it justice, so I would definitely recommend you to check it yourself. Adding seasons to the game brings additional realism, but also a lot of different gameplay changes, which we are going to talk about a bit later. Walking through a same location during summer and then during winter really is like you play a new game each time. There are a lot of differences all the time that is really refreshing to revisit the location. What I additionally liked is physics of rain and snow. You can also experience big snowstorms during the game and heavy rains, but the most beautiful part comes after the rain, where you can actually see dripping from the roofs and also wetness on faces and clothes from Yasuke and Naoe. Taking any kind of paths toward shrines will really replicate Japan's realistic paths with a lot of steps, mini shrines and lanterns on your path. Every single castle, shrine and pagoda are really detailed from inside, and I can tell you how good it feels to climb these steep stairs and encounter a lot of enemies during that time. Lastly, the observe method really brings real immersion to the game, because it actually replicates real world activities such as viewing desired location or something that you really are interested in and then just going there to check it. First off, let's talk about the biggest topic that has been stirring up conversation. It is Yasuke.
Too many haystacks around here anyway.
If you are worried about him taking over the game, don't be. I didn't even see him until about 15 hours into the game while playing as Naoe. After that point you can freely switch between the two characters and their stories are deeply intertwined. However, that 15-hour mark is dependent on how you play the game. If you are an explorer or you just go for the story, it can be much sooner for you. What I really loved was how each character's backstory unfolds. Watching Yasuke's rise to becoming a samurai and Naoe's journey into the Assassin's Brotherhood is incredible. The way the game tells the stories is one of the best aspects of the experience. I wanna jump now into the gear system, which I actually gave a perfect 10 out of 10. One of the best parts of Assassin's Creed Shadows is the gear system. If you love exploring, you will be rewarded constantly. Every town, castle, lair and enemy base hides something useful, whether it is a trinket, legendary weapon or outfit, there is always something worth collecting. Each piece of gear has its own strengths, but most follow 3 core effects: bleed, poison and daze. And here's where things get even better. You can customize your loadout to match your playstyle. By engraving perks onto your gear at the hideout, you can create unique builds. Plus, after upgrading your hideout, you can switch between different loadouts. You can just imagine having one setup for stealth-focused Naoe and another for aggressive combat. It is a game changer. One thing I really appreciated was the small interactions that bring the world to life.
Fujimaru! Where are you? Fujimaru! There you are. Fujimaru, come here, boy. Hill! No, Fujimaru! Get back here! Fujimaru!
Conversations with children and villagers really add to realism, also helping people with food or money or some puzzles often leads to rumors and intel where you can find your next gear or some of your allies, something else. These small moments don't necessarily affect the main story, but they really enhance immersion and make the world feel more alive. Let's talk about the dark horse, and it is called Animus Hub. Right now it feels like Ubisoft is setting the stage for something bigger in future games, but even in its early stage it is pretty cool. Animus Hub comes with projects and exchange and some special rewards and Animus data that you can unlock a hidden lore through that when you finish Animus projects. I personally love the concept of the Animus Hub. It not only expands the lore but also offers extra incentives to keep playing beyond the main story. If Ubisoft continues to develop this, it could become a major part of the franchise moving forward, because by doing some projects you earn some keys. You can also access daily store for some exclusive gear and also some weekly store. Now also we need to talk about other things like hideouts and kaku regas. These are basically your bases of operations. If you are an explorer like me, constantly checking out every question mark on the map, you will be able to upgrade your hideout very quickly. And it is not just about visuals. Your hideout gives real gameplay advantages, such as more scouts to gather intel, new allies, weapon upgrades, XP boosts and better rations for survival in tough fights. The legendary contracts are also back. These special missions refresh regularly and reward you with resources needed for both hideout and weapon upgrades. It is a great way to keep your progression steady while staying immersed in the world. Let's now get straight to the point and talk what you can actually expect from this game, being a true Assassin's Creed fan. I have so far played every single game from the franchise, so I do believe I am eligible to say a few things here and there. First of all, I do think Naoe is the best possible assassin up to date. I do not disrespect any of the previous assassins, however, being a shinobi and assassin comes with a lot of advantages. She can sneak in shadows, prone, hide on the ceiling, grapple to the top of pagodas. She is definitely the fastest assassin yet, and parkour with her is amazing. Yasuke is truly a refresher after playing a long time with Naoe. Once you do get a grip with your gear and abilities, he is one mean, unstoppable killing machine. You can truly feel and embody the spirit of samurai with his strong moves and gestures. In some way, when I did find the mission better suitable for Yasuke than Naoe, I felt about him like big brother to her, coming to make the justice while she silently sneaks in the shadows. Even if you want to choose one character more than the other, some game levels and castles are actually designed more for one than another. However, you can always successfully play with both. What I did like, even though at first it was very weird for me, is the objective board. It is like a mental map with every possible quest in one place for you to see and choose what exactly you want to tackle. I found it as a very innovative way to engage players to their freedom. Of course, there is not only sunshines and rainbows in this newest entry. One of the aspects where the game failed for me the most are side activities, side quests and puzzles. After playing Valhalla, where literally every second or third activity offered some kind of puzzle, here it is not the case. I found activities mostly dull and not engaging, same with some side quests. There are no mysteries of any kind or funny things like we had in previous games. The tone is mostly serious. Most of the side quests are to kill certain number of bandits, or some of them are just telling different stories of some characters I did find hard to engage with. That doesn't mean the minigames are not very good. Kijikuri for Naoe and horse archery for Yasuke are such an amazing addition to the game, along with unfolding backstories of Naoe and Yasuke, which all prevails in the end. More than this, I would call them opportunities for improvement. Another thing where I feel the need for improvement are castles and pagodas. While it feels very good in the beginning to explore and conquer them, after some time it loses its beginning freshness and actually becomes a bit overwhelming. It is due to the fact that you always have same objective: kill few samurai daishos and then you can unlock legendary chest in the pagoda. It lacks additional challenges and requirements to make it even better and entertaining. One of the things I most miss in this kind of game is being able to fight animals or them as a boss battle. No, I am not some kind of animal cruelist, however, the previous entries have spoiled me a lot. From huge crocodiles in Origins to giant bears in Valhalla, Shadows really feels short in this department without being able to fight legendary animals or even just basic wolves that attacked some villages. I do understand the more on the ground approach, however, if we have already in the past gone crazy with this, why not do it now in Japan, which is actually a very good place to do it. Finally, the thing I miss the most is no modern story at all. I need to say it again, previous entries have spoiled me. After being able to play with Layla and Basim, now I can only play for a few minutes as an Animus entity. I do feel the game downgraded a lot on this segment. It left me disappointed a lot because I am one of the people who really is always excited about modern story. To conclude it all, this is definitely the best Assassin's Creed RPG title to date, truly polished experience in every single sense. The world is immersive, dynamic and ever-changing, which always adds a note of refreshness to it. I also think that this game learned a lot from its predecessors, what is actually good and what is not. There are many improvements in this game already, and we are only at the launch. Knowing that Ubisoft will support this game for years, it means the game will have many extra options which they already announced, giving the player even better experience than the one now at launch. Both characters are really great and offer so much variety in terms of story and gameplay that when you switch from one to another, it always feels exciting to see which new gear each one has and how to use it. Adding dynamic weather and seasons to the game is such a nice addition to the franchise. I hope in the future they keep it. As I did say, there are many things for the game to improve over the next months or years. For now, I do give this game a solid grade of 87, while I do think with extra polishing after the launch, adding a new game plus and new improvements over the time, the game will come to solid 90. Thank you for watching this review. Be sure to check my channel in next couple of days because I will be having a lot of Assassin's Creed Shadows content. If you are happy with this review, please consider supporting me by subscribing to my channel and liking or leaving a comment under this video. That is it for now. Thank you and see you of course in my next video. Goodbye.
I am fine. This is fine.